It's Friday, December 9th, and I read yesterday morning that the J6 committee, which is near the end of its term, it has about a month left to do its work, is going to go out with a bang and not a whimper. Why do I say that? Because for the entire session, a year and a half or so that this committee has been at work, everybody has been asking for what are they going to do about the criminal actions of many of the participants in the J6 riot. And so now the committee has said that they are going to produce criminal referrals. Now the committee has no prosecutorial powers. That belongs totally within the Department of Justice. But their referrals will carry some weight, and they will also have much paperwork that they are prepared to turn over that indicates why they are making these referrals. But they cannot do anything legally to make charges. They cannot bring charges against the people that they're going to recommend for criminal activity. So one must realize that the criminal referrals are largely symbolic. They're symbolic in nature because the committee lacks prosecutorial powers. And the Justice Department does not need a referral from Congress to investigate crimes, as it has its own criminal investigations into the Capitol attack ongoing. So these referrals are essentially just adding ammunition, so to speak, to the arsenal that is contained within the Department of Justice. And maybe there's a scintilla of facts that justice hasn't seen before. I doubt that, but you never know. So this is a good idea. This is a very good idea that the committee is going to do these referrals. And it's a good idea that they're making this announcement now, so that everybody involved in this episode in our history will understand how the committee worked and how they came to their conclusions, because they have piles and piles of evidence that they are prepared to turn over to whomever is doing the investigation, basically the Department of Justice. And the committee sees this referral business as a critical part of their work. That means they're putting their views on record in order to complete the investigation. But they're not doing that to pressure the Department of Justice. They're doing that to show the country how hard they worked and what they came up with. And while they can't force the Department of Justice to act on these criminal referrals, they will carry a lot of weight in the minds of the public. And then I'm sure that the public will then be watching what the DOJ does and wonder why they didn't do such and such based upon the fact that so-and-so on the committee, on the J6 committee, came to their scrutiny. So the committee is not done with this work, and all the members need to vote on the final list of criminal referrals. These referrals will not be done by a single person. There will be unanimity within the committee about who is referred as a criminal. And that's a major point, because we don't want anybody out there pointing a finger and say, this person had a hard-on from so-and-so, and that's why their name is mentioned. No, you're not getting on this list of referrals unless the committee has voted on you. And they have assigned 4 members of the committee, all trained lawyers, to be the leaders in the criminal referral actions. The entire committee is not going to be working totally on these criminal referrals. That job belongs to 4 members of the committee. Those 4 committee members are Liz Cheney, a Republican, and Democrats Jamie Raskin, Adam Schiff, and Zoe Lofgren. And then, of course, the rest of the committee will review the facts and vote appropriately. So the issue of criminal referrals has been a very large issue within the committee. And the members of the panel have been in wide agreement that Trump and some of his closest allies have committed a crime when he pushed the conspiracy to prevent the peaceful transfer of power. And that's much of the information that they produced during these hearings have led them to that conclusion. But they have been split over what to do about it, including whether to make a criminal referral of Trump to the Justice Department. So they've come to the conclusion now that they have to make these criminal referrals. And as of right now, they're not sure exactly how they're going to end this committee. But rest assured, the criminal referrals are going to take place. And what they're thinking about doing is aiming to release its final report and vote publicly on the criminal referrals on December 21st. And there will be some form of public presentation. And they haven't decided exactly on what that form of public presentation would be. But rest assured that they have a lot of people working on this, and they will come up with something that is cogent, intelligent, and hope to be very convincing to the American public. Because there's still a large piece of the public that doesn't believe that this event took place, that doesn't believe that we had an insurrection, that doesn't believe that the election was legitimate. So while they have kind of kept criminal referrals under wraps for most of this committee's life, it is now considered a very crucial final part, very important ending to the committee's work. And I applaud the committee for coming to this conclusion, and I applaud them for doing the referrals. And hopefully the Justice Department will use this information to bring some people to justice, many people to justice, because the act on January 6th was unforgivable, a blight on our country. And I leave you with that this morning, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.